Before I get into my Clash of Champions 2020 pay-per-view preview and predictions, I just want to say, you're probably looking at the sub count on the channel at the moment. Yeah, we hit 1k, it's dope, it's pretty sick, okay, 1,000 subscribers, it's an awesome milestone for the channel, it's an awesome point to be at for just the channel in general. It's awesome to see where we're at as a community. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. It's fun making this content nowadays. The last few videos, the support on those videos has been great. Raw needs a change. The truth about wrestling, those were received really well. Twitter is going really well at the moment, so it's awesome to see the community that's being built up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content and keep showing support. It's really appreciated. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, actually, before I move into the predictions just yet, the 1k sub special, here's an update on that. It's going to be coming in a week or two. It's going to be a pretty over-the-top type video, one of those like filmmaker-style videos which take a while to make, so that's going to be in a week or two. The reason it's not coming out like today is because I genuinely didn't expect to hit 1k this quickly. Like yesterday alone, I gained like 37 subs, something like that, so it's just craziness. But yeah, so that's out of the way. Now to get to this Clash of Champions Gold Rush pay-per-view, which I'm sure you're all just dying to see. Clash of Champions 2020. This is one of those shows which, on paper, you look at the match card and you think, nothing there really screams, oh, I need to see that. I'm sure some people are going to say the ladder match, Styles, Zayn, Jeff Hardy. Some people need to see that. Personally, like, it'll be a really good match, but am I just jumping out of my seat? Am I desperate to see that match? I'm really not. Like, it's happening, should be really good, should be entertaining, should be probably the match of the night, but I'm not dying to see it, you know? So, it's one of these shows, from top to bottom, the card is a bunch of alright matches. Like, on the night, I'm sure the matches will be good, the show will probably end up being good, and that's, I think, what we can hope for, because on paper, none of these matches really jump out at me, like Bayley versus Nikki Cross again. Okay, we've got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the Riot Squad for the Women's Tag Team Championships. It is what it is. We have Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party. Again, we've got the ladder match I mentioned before. We've got the Raw Tag Team Championship match, the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza, which I swear we've seen at like 7 pay-per-views this year. Seriously, we've seen that match so many times. We have Asuka versus Selena Vega for the Raw Women's title on the kickoff. Okay, and we have Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews for the US title. That's a rematch from Payback, as well as Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. So that's the match card for this show. Overall, it's a fine card. I'll be generous. I'll say it's a fine card. Nothing there really jumps out at me. The in-ring quality should carry the show. I guess the good matches should make this a good pay-per-view, and hopefully the booking is good. I really hope the booking is good, because there are some bad decisions that could be made with this card, so hopefully they don't go there. Without further ado, let's get into the predictions. So, I'll start off the bat. We'll just go from the kickoff show. Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's Championship. Obviously, Asuka's defending against Zelina Vega. This one, now obviously I haven't been watching Raw week in, week out. From what I've ascertained from Raw, basically Mickie James is back on Raw, which is like a big deal, I guess. But they had Zelina Vega just destroy her and beat her easily on this past week's episode of Raw. So now Zelina Vega is facing Asuka for the Raw Women's title, even though Zelina Vega is literally a manager. Like, I'm all cool with Zelina Vega wrestling, but she's been wrestling like on TV for like 2 weeks. And now she's in the Raw Women's title match. She's not going to win. If she does, I'd be just baffled. So Asuka's going to win this match. I'm not even going to watch it because it's a kickoff match. I don't really care. So yeah, that's that match out of the way. And then, moving on, I guess I'll go with the Street Profits defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Andrade and Angel Garza. I feel like I've said this in so many previews. They did this match at Payback. They did this match at SummerSlam. They were supposed to do this match at WrestleMania, but Andrade had to pull out, so they put Theory in there. That's 3 pay-per-views. Have they done more? I think they've wrestled on Raw like 2 or 3 times minimum. Like, these two teams just can't get away from each other. At this point, I'm not going to predict Andrade and Angel Garza anymore. I've predicted them literally every time these guys have wrestled. They've never won. Like, I keep predicting them, they don't win. I'm going to predict the Street Profits win the match. Will I probably watch the match? No. I'm sure it'll be good, but we've seen it 100 times. Like, does ice cream taste the same in your opinion when you've had it 100 times? No, it loses its spark. So yeah, this match here, it's lost its spark. No one really cares to see it anymore. Is it the bathroom break match of the night? I mean, not really. Some good wrestlers in there, so should be fine. Yeah, that match, Street Profits retain the Raw Tag Team titles, and then I guess they'll merge them with Cesaro and Nakamura or something. I don't know where they're going. So yeah, that's the Raw Tag Team titles. Next up, the United States Championship, Bobby Lashley defending the US title against Apollo Crews. This match, we have Bobby Lashley accompanied by the Hurt Business, and Apollo Crews is accompanied by Ricochet. In my opinion, they're going to do some big, convoluted, retribution-related BS in this match. We're going to have Bobby Lashley beating up Apollo Crews, then Retribution get involved because on Raw there was this big scuffle with the Hurt Business and Retribution. Well, it has for 2 weeks now, so the Hurt Business is feuding with Retribution. By the way, the Hurt Business are sick. I think the Hurt Business are fantastic. They're just dope. Like, where they were when MVP was, like, talking to Lashley back in, like, May, I was thinking, who really cares? Now, in September, to see where the Hurt Business is, they look sick. It's a really good stable, the best thing on Raw, in my opinion, because Randy Orton has lost a bunch of momentum since the Edge stuff, so, yeah, the Hurt Business are killing it. I think Lashley should retain here, but they could put the title back on Apollo Crews. I don't think they will, though, because it's clear Bruce Pritchard and Vince just don't care about Apollo Crews the same way Paul Heyman did, so yeah, more than likely, Lashley retains. Retribution should be involved, though, so yeah, that's that match. Next up, I guess I'll predict another meaningless tag title match. We'll go Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Grey Metalik, and/or Lince Dorado. Do I care? No. Should you care? Not really. This match, they've been doing build, like a million quotes around build for this match. Like Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Lucha House Party. We've seen, Cesaro versus Metalik. We've seen Nakamura versus Dorado. We've seen, like, a million combinations of these guys. These are, like, the only two tag teams on SmackDown who actually compete week in, week out. Like, Heavy Machinery and Miz and Morrison, I guess, count as tag teams, sadly. So, yeah, Cesaro and Nakamura, at this point, I just don't care. Like, these three tag title matches, who honestly cares? Like, we've seen the Raw Tag Team title match, like, 18 million times. We've seen the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Like, I don't know how many times we've seen this match exactly, but we've seen a combination of these guys about 100 times already, and then the women's tag title match is just out of left field. So, yeah, this SmackDown tag title match, I'm gonna predict Cesaro and Nakamura. Actually, I'm gonna predict they have a falling out and Lucha House Party win the titles. I'm not a serious predictor. I don't really care. I think that'd be kind of fun, I guess. Give Lucha House Party the titles. The belts mean nothing anyway. Who really cares? So, yeah, Lucha House Party to win the titles here. Cesaro and Nakamura can have a falling out. They can go on their own in a singles run. We can have Cesaro challenge Jeff Hardy for the IC title, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. So, yeah, that's the SmackDown tag titles. Next up, the women's tag titles. For a company that has no clue how to book tag teams, why do they have 3 tag team titles? Seriously? 3 tag team titles, and then NXT as well? Like, oh my god. Just merge the tag team divisions, WWE, please. But yeah, this match, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, aka the modern day oddities, as I call them, taking on the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. This match, it just doesn't make much sense. Like, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were thrown together with the sole purpose of being a team to take the belts off Bayley and Sasha, and the Riot Squad are just kind of here now, so I guess I'll predict the Riot Squad. The Riot Squad should win, and Wrestling Twitter and the Liv Morgan stands will go off their nuts, so yeah, I guess that's what they're going to do. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, get the win here, win the Women's Tag Team Championships. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler can have some falling out, they can get into a punch-up afterwards. They're both heels anyway, so they might as well just abuse each other in, like, kayfabe and whatnot, and have a storyline where they hate each other and they feud to determine who faces Asuka for the Raw Women's title. I guess that's what they can do. So, yeah, that's the women's tag titles. Next up, staying with women's titles, do the SmackDown women's title. Bayley defending as Nikki Cross. Bayley's retaining. I could just move on right here. I think they'll do something with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss will go full psycho and be influenced by Bray Wyatt, and she'll attack Nikki Cross or cost her the match. They'll probably do something like that. Either way, Bayley's retaining. They're not having Nikki Cross win this match. This is just a match to do to fill in time, I guess. So, yeah, hopefully that goes well or something. Then, moving on to the triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. This match, on paper, looks pretty good. On the night, it should be a pretty good match between these 3 men. I think any of these 3 could win. I have faith that they'll have Jeff Hardy win, because Sami Zayn, he's just he's just a joke. Like, he's a male Karen. Like, you can say so much about Sami Zayn. I'm not going to bother. I'm not here to spread hate or anything. He's a heel, so I guess if I spread hate, he's doing his job. AJ Styles, he's AJ Styles. Everyone pretty much loves him online. Great wrestler, great in-ring guy. Cuts mediocre promos, in my opinion. Some people love his promos. I don't get why. But anyway, Styles is there to make, put in a good match. And then Jeff Hardy. Hardy's going to retain the title. The match should be really good. Probably going to go like 18 minutes or something. Hardy's going to retain, in my opinion. So that's that match. Moving on to the two main events. First up, Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton in an ambulance match. Now, this one could go a number of different ways. I think Keith Lee should be involved in this match, whether you have Keith Lee turn heel and beat up Drew McIntyre, and Lee and Orton load McIntyre into the ambulance, shut the door, and Orton becomes WWE Champion because Keith Lee helped him. Whether you go down that route, or you just go down the route of having Drew McIntyre just retain, I guess that's fine. Or you have Randy Orton win by himself, or there's some shenanigans with like a retribution interference. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I really don't. They can go like 100 different ways with this. Hopefully Drew McIntyre walks out champion, but if Drew McIntyre walks out champion, that kills the feud with Orton, because then Drew McIntyre has won both pay-per-view matches. So it makes sense for Randy Orton to win here. And once again, just because my predictions don't really matter, I don't take them seriously, I'm going to predict Randy Orton because why the hell not? So Randy Orton to win the WWE title in the ambulance match from Drew McIntyre. And lastly, the match that you all really want to see, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defends the Universal Championship one-on-one against Jey Uso. Not Jim Uso, Jey Uso. So this match, I mean, I'll call it a match just to be kind. It's going to be just a demolition derby. Roman Reigns should beat this guy either in like 2 spears in 30 seconds, or you can have the match go like 5 minutes and have Reigns mercilessly destroy Jey Uso. Whichever way you go, Roman Reigns is walking out champion. If Jey Uso wins the title, I mean, I'd laugh my head off, but yeah, it'd be pretty funny. I think that they're building up to some kind of family kind of storyline with The Rock involved, hopefully, so we can have The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns is just destroying his Samoan brothers, and he's destroying everyone. Then The Rock comes in to be the voice of reason. WrestleMania 37, the Tribal Chief versus the Great One. Vince McMahon's just collapsing in his chair now. I can see it, so yeah, hopefully they do that. This match, Reigns is winning. Don't think there's much debate there. So that's been the Clash of Champions preview and predictions video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. Road to 1.1k, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't sound as dramatic as Road to 1k. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. Check out my Twitter. It's popping off. All that kind of good stuff. See ya.